much. And what an amazing presentation we've had so far. I've absolutely loved all those stories from Jessica. You know, setting the scene with where the future leads has been really, really exciting to watch. So, again, welcome everyone. I'm really excited to be here today with such an amazing group of innovators, marketers, and growth managers. Now, at Mention Me, we have always believed in the transformational power of customer advocacy. And today, we're taking that belief to a completely different level. I will take the next couple of minutes to introduce you to our newest innovation, Mention Me Influencer. But what I wanted to say is that this is not just a simple product launch. This is the launch of an entirely new movement from fans to creators. Now, in today's digital landscape, authenticity trumps perfection. We've heard this already from some of the previous speakers, but this is exactly why micro-influencers have emerged as one of the most trusted and most effective growth channels. Because they don't just push products, they share and they inspire purchases in ways that feel genuine, if they feel relatable and real. And just looking at the numbers, it's very clear to see why that is happening. 69% of consumers trust influencer recommendations. Nearly 4 in 10 have already purchased because of one. Marketers are saying that influencer marketing is bringing to them better quality customers and a staggering 11 times higher ROI than some traditional paid advertising. Why? Because micro-influencers offer something that some of the paid channels simply can't. That's trust, authenticity, and relatability at scale. And so you'll hear this theme, hopefully, throughout the rest of the sessions today. But what's important is that brands and CMOs are catching on. In fact, 25% of marketers have already shifted their budgets from macro to micro-influencers. Again, why? Because consumers today aren't inspired by overly branded content. They are moved by the people they really relate to. And we have seen that previously with some of the examples shown before. Now, here's the catch. Running a successful influencer marketing program is really hard. And let's be honest, it's exhausting. You're spending hours scrolling through social profiles, trying to find someone that you think could work well for your brand. You're needing to stitch together tools that don't quite align. The tracking there is just not fit for purpose. And there's no real way to prove ROI. It is very, very consuming. It's complex, it's fragmented, and time-consuming until now. Today, that changes, because for the first time, there is a way to unlock the micro-influencer power with the ease, the data, and the trust that your team needs. Well, you know Mention Me, and you know us for being the leaders in referral and customer advocacy. We have been delivering loyal brand advocates for more than 13 years now, and we have been at the forefront of using data and AI to really unlock rich customer insights. So for us, micro-influencers were a natural extension to that, and we found it natural to start to look for the next opportunity to help our brands to grow through trust and authenticity. And so I'm really, really excited today to announce the launch of our micro-influencer product, your all-in-one solution to activate and scale micro-influencers marketing through your most valuable assets, your customers. And the way we do it and the way we help all of our customers succeed is by looking into their customer base and identifying the right people, the right micro-influencers, that we think will work for their brand. And we have developed our own AI vetting algorithm that really looks at the data that we have, at the content that those influencer and micro-influencer are posting, and enables us to make real recommendations of the people that we truly believe are a great fit for your brand. Not only because they are your existing customers, because that they are also creating content that aligns with your brand values. It's intuitive, it's scalable, it's incredibly powerful. This is true influencer marketing, done different and done right. So let's take a look at what it looks like in action. Now, this isn't just a visual concept. It is an actual product, an actual solutions that some of these beloved brands have already been using for several months, from Egle, Bike Club, to Bionic and Dalfilo. They're seeing measurable performance and building brands their customers are really proud to talk about. So I'm really, really excited to invite Egle on stage with me to talk about her experience of launching micro-influencer program with us. Welcome, Egle.
Thank you.
And I think Nick mentioned you are our first ever client to go live with micro-influencers with the influencer product a couple of months ago. And what an amazing partnership we've had. And not to mention, Egle has flown from Italy yesterday, and she's going back later on today. So we're really, really happy to welcome, and we've absolutely enjoyed working with you from the get-go. So would you like to introduce yourself and tell us a little bit about Dalfilo and the brand?
Absolutely. Hi, everybody. Thank you for having me here. I am Egle, and I'm growth manager at Dalfilo, which is an Italian home and textiles brand focused on craftsmanship and timeless design. Actually, I'm like the connection point between the marketing team and the operational team. We have everything internally, and my main goal and my role is to make sure that everybody is aligned and everybody focuses on their activities, but also having an eye on the others. So that's basically what I do. But actually, before becoming growth manager in the last couple of months, I was managing the influencer marketing channel. So I was responsible of the whole channel, having the responsibility of the strategy before, then the managing of influencers and activities, and then the performance reports. So yeah, that's basically what I do. I am still focusing on the strategy part of the influencers, and that's why also I am here. So yeah, thank you.
Great, thank you. And Egle, you know, when we were first introduced a couple of months ago, obviously you were owning the influencer program, but Mention Me had a relationship with Dalfilo prior to that.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. We already knew Mention Me, and we are currently working not only for the influencer part with Mention Me, because we have an ongoing ambassador and advocacy program, so the referral program, actually, because we firmly believe on the trust that people have in current customers. So we believe, and we were trying to find a way of having of scaling also that field, because of course we know that we can make everything that is in our power to make feel our textiles. We are mainly online in different markets, but of course we also are aware that the trust that unknown people, so a friend or a family member, can have, and the power that can have on you and on a purchase maybe. So that's why we decided to jump in a journey with Mention Me on the ambassador and advocacy and also referral program, and then with the influencer part.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. And I still remember, because obviously you were running influencer marketing, you had been running influencer marketing before, and so obviously for us it was such a great collaboration, a great partnership, because you know we were learning from you and you were inputting into the direction of the product, and we were making sure that we're building the right product for what you and you know other people needed. But can you tell us a little bit about your decision to invest in influencer marketing in the first place? What triggered that decision?
Yes, absolutely. So we decided at first to invest on influencer marketing at the beginning with the main goal of awareness. Of course, quite nobody knew us, so we tried to make us known through influencers, not only micro, but also macro and mid influencers. But then we understood that the power of micro-influencer was mainly the fact that maybe people feel them as friends or part of the family, so they are trusting them even more. And we decided to build all the strategy and the framework with the micro-influencers. But of course, when we believe and we understood that it could be scaled up, another thing came up, which is the time. It was really time consuming to have everything in our hand. Of course, it's really good to have control on everything, but of course, when it comes to scaling, of course, you don't have much more time to spend on this, and that's when Mention Me influencer program jumps in.
Yeah, very, very nice. And we were excited to be there to help support you. And so obviously that we know the activity is super time consuming. What else attracted you to the product in the first place to become our first ever client to use it?
Absolutely. The main thing is, as you mentioned also before, it's having everything in the same platform. So for us, of course, it was time consuming, the scouting part, because we did it manually on the Instagram or TikTok or whatever platform we wanted to jump in. So that part was really time consuming, but also having everything in the same platform. So from the scouting to the managing of the influencers, of the activity, and then the reporting part. So having everything in there, it was exactly what we were looking for, and also having the possibility of building it together. It was a nice feature to have, because of course we knew what we needed, and you knew what it could be done or what it couldn't be done. But of course we always found a point of connection between our needs and the also technical possibilities that of course we know that can be done in different ways. So yeah, that's basically what we were looking for, and what were our limitations in the way we did influencer marketing before.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And that takes us quite nicely into kind of keen to break down a little bit the whole influencer workflow, because we've talked about how time consuming it is, and also as we were building out the product capabilities, we were looking at like what is the active pain point at each step along the way to be able to really bring it all together into one single platform. And so I'm really keen to start with discovery. I think for us, probably the discovery of the influencer was the real priority that we focused on from get-go. And it didn't really start necessarily with the ideation or the development of the concept. For us, it evolved over years as we've been building the referral programs for all of our customers. We were spotting these referral networks of people that had real influence, and so as we digged a little bit deeper, we realized that actually some of these kind of recommendations might not necessarily come one-to-one from kind of friends or family, but they are coming from more sort of scale influence through social networks. And so the concept for us evolved from there. And so we were looking at kind of the client's customer base. We were trying to find the right people, and like I mentioned, we've sort of built in our AI vetting process as well to make sure that we are making the right recommendations. So I just wanted to play a little mini short clip of the discovery process, and I'm really keen, Egle, to hear from your perspective. What did that feel like when we sort of instantly showed a set of profiles? So I remember when we looked into your customer base specifically, and you're still a growing brand, absolutely love your products. I've sort of been following all of the new launches as well. And I think we identified around 400 profiles,
yeah, exactly.
And send them over to you. So as you were going through and looking at the specific individuals that we found there, like what were your thoughts? Like how did you think that compared to some of the profiles that you were manually identifying through your searches?
Yeah, actually, it was incredible for me and for us to have 400 profiles, of course, in the same place at the same time, and also really quickly. And actually, they were really good profile, aligned with our brand identity and also brand values. So it was really nice also to know that they were already our customer with that first 400 people batch. So of course they were all people, micro influencers, and also people like me, like us, that otherwise probably we wouldn't have had the chance to discover. So of course it was really exciting, and also quite incredible for us to know that within our existing customers there were also people that were open to create content for us and advise us to their friends, family, and also followers. So it was really exciting to understand something that otherwise we wouldn't have had the chance to discover.
Yes, yeah, and I have to share a little story as this, like, as it was coming to life, because we, in the product team, we sat down with Egle over a call as she invited those people into the program. So we had everyone in the office, you know, we had a little champagne going there, we were kind of super buzzing with excitement, and the email went out, and, you know, we're like, okay, bye, we'll keep you posted on the registration. And then within 2 minutes, we got the first person registering into the program. We were like, oh my God, and then 2 more came through. And so, you know, we've had like it internally, actually, it's just been such a nice sort of buzz of excitement, sort of seeing that through. We actually do have an internal Slack channels where we get notifications every time an influencer signs up or does an action or gets a commission. And it's getting very, very busy now. I'm happy to kind of keep seeing all the notifications come through now. But yes, I think that was kind of a really nice start to that journey.
Absolutely. Also because we, of course, we send them a welcome email, and we try to build it as well as possible to welcome actually in the program our existing customers that for the most part of the time we're really excited to have been chosen to be part of the program, of the platform. So of course it was also like a recognizing item to our thank you for them to be our customers. So yeah.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. And actually I think also, maybe do you want to maybe talk through a little bit about the collaboration that you've set up with the influencer and the mechanism? And how you're kind of activating them as well.
Yeah, absolutely. We are trying to leave them as free as possible. We give out a sort of, not a brief, but a guide, just because someone of them, not our customer, maybe could not know us and could not know our story. So we're really, really glad to being able to make them discover us or understand even more about our story and our products. But what we firmly believe is to let them share as they want. So we don't want to give them some sort of limitation. We can guide them to the creation of the content, but we don't want to limitate them. And actually we work on a commission-based performance-based activity. So they gain a commission for every transaction that they make. So of course they also are more open, more prone to talk about us and share their discount code to their community, to of course talk about us, hopefully, but also to gain the commission that is like the way we are working with them.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. I think it would be nice to talk through a little bit about the performance element of it. And I know, you know, also part of the core capability that we've built is enabling the tracking of the orders that come through from consumers that are using those influencer codes. And, you know, for existing clients that already use referral, that just happens automatically through the integration that we've had set up through referral. So it's really seamless. And at the same time, we've also, you know, we know how important that content and the content that's being created is. So I'll show another short clip and then love to hear your thoughts on the performance to date. So I think when I last checked yesterday, I think we've delivered just over 3,000 euros in terms of revenue and over 450 pieces of content now. So how does that kind of look like from your perspective, and compared also to the performance that you were getting before?
Yeah, actually, returning to one of the first points shared by you, Anca, for us it was quite mandatory to have everything in the same place, and you showed that it's possible to have everything in the same place from both the performance side that we already knew with the referral program, that it's also working really well for the influencer one, but also a point that is the content part that is right there, and you can see everything whenever you want. Of course, receiving many tags and stories. Of course, sometimes it could be possible to lose them, but now it's not something that we need to keep track, because we have everything there, and it's going beyond our expectations. So you mentioned some numbers, and it's really good also to know, to let you know also our numbers, how it's going, and of course we hope and we believe that it's going also to go upper and better than it already is, actually.
Yeah, great. Now, with an eye on the clock as well, just the final bit I want to cover is also the influencer experience, because obviously this is not a one-sided relationship, right? I think we truly believe that it is a collaboration, it's a partnership, and both brands and the influencers have to have an amazing experience. And so the way we've thought about the product as well is making sure that the micro-influencers get access to everything in one place and they have a really seamless experience. We're actually going to have on stage a couple of micro-influencers later to talk about kind of what it looks like from their perspective. But I think that sort of leads on quite nicely to your decision of actually migrating your previous influencers to our platform. So can you talk through a little bit like how you...
Yeah, absolutely. We are actually planning on moving our existing micro-influencers to the platform, because, again, I repeat myself, but having everything in the same place, in the same platform, and you've seen also the eye ones also is part, and I think, at least for my personal experience, the user experience is really top-notch. It's really good to have everything in the same place in the best way possible. Of course, also in my experience and with previous experience with other platforms that basically did quite the same thing, but not in the same way. So yeah, that's actually our plan to migrate our existing micro-influencer working in this way, being even more contacted in not only manual ways, but also with all the processes that we are currently working on, and being of course followed by us and welcomed, and also follow in all the journey with us. So of course it's important to also hear from their point of view, and we already done it. So we received some feedbacks, and we tried to fix something that maybe it was working, but maybe it could be better, and we did. And also thanks to mention me and all the people that are working behind the scenes to create the platform as it is right now. Yeah.
Thank you. And then my final question is, what is your future plan and strategy to further evolve this channel?
Yeah, actually, as said, is the main point is to discover also, as you said, also the part of AI, so the lookalikes, which I'm really excited, and you're also probably going to see something in the demos. So that's the main thing that we're excited about, and to understand how it will work, and how many people, not how many, but mainly what kind of influencers we're going to discover, and then to migrate and see what will happen when we migrate our existing micro-influencers to the platform.
Right. Well, thank you so much, Egle.
Thank you.
I have to say you've been an amazing partner, and we'll continue to work together, obviously, as we are evolving this product. And I'd encourage everyone, we do have 2 demo pods. The team is there to go into more detail on the actual capabilities. We really only scratched the surface today. But yes, thank you so much, Egle, for joining us today.
Thank you for having me here. Thank you.